Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends 80 Years Wolverine and Hulk 2-pack. It's really just a pack of Hulk with a Wolverine figure that nobody wants. It's unfortunate, I know. I wanted it when they first announced it, and then I saw it and I was like, ew, that's gross looking. I'll just buy it for the Hulk, and I'll have a spare Wolverine figure that stays in a Tupperware container. Hulk here is the same Hulk that we got in the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive carded figure thingy, except with the head and except for his shoulder covering, which is a t-shirt, but it makes him look cool. And the head is, this is purely subjective, like mostly, like almost completely subjective. There's some objective qualities to the head which make it better than the other one, but some people like the other head. I get it, you wanted that particular look. However, this one, even though it's a different look, is executed so much better. So this is why am I doing this now? Let's get it off the stand and take a closer look. What the heck? Okay, we're gonna do both figures in the same review. I'm gonna treat it like one single review for each figure. It's just gonna be stuck together. Okay, all right, moving on to Hulk. Starting with Hulk. We have 22 centimeters for the height, roughly, which makes him just about 8 3/4 inches. And like I said, same as the Comic-Con one. If you wanna see it, check the link up in the corner right there. Same exact figure minus this. So as far as accessories goes, we have this. We'll add that to the accessory pile later. This guy's lighter green. Purple looks pretty close to the same minus the paint job. And then of course we have a different head. His head is so much better executed than the other one. I personally prefer this look anyway, but even if you do like the other one, you're gonna see this one and be like, huh, maybe I like that one more now because it looks much better. This one is really, really well executed. Very nicely done. As far as the main figure, the other one had veins painted and no shading. This one has shading and no veins, except it doesn't have the shading on the pants. I do miss that a little bit. I do think I prefer the more blanket shading. Is it maybe too yellow? Yeah, probably, but I still prefer this over the veins. I think either way, I prefer the lighter green. That's for sure. And again, that's totally preference based, so you can let me know in the comment section below which you prefer. Do you like light green or dark green for your Hulk? I think this is a good color green. And so aesthetically speaking, it is the same otherwise. It's still a little bit bubbly, and it's still pretty solid otherwise, I think. Yeah. The pants are still kind of shiny. Don't care for that too much. We have some kind of weird issue going on here. Like there's some kind of scratch on them. I might be able to eventually get that to go away. But yeah, it's pretty solid. So aesthetically speaking, I'll give this guy an 8. The shading is definitely a little yellow and a little spotty, but it looks good enough. And if these were flat and some shading on them, almost perfect. Really, really nicely done. He doesn't have that weird mascara effect going on. I get what they were going for on the other one, but this one doesn't have it and it looks better. And his hair is shaded. Yeah, very, very nice looking figure. Now, as far as accessories go, like I mentioned, we do have his little shawl of a t-shirt, which is surprisingly well done. Hasbro done a good job on this. I like it. I probably wouldn't keep it on him just for my own sensibilities. I like just Hulk without this because I mean there's no reason for that to be there. Like if he moved at all, it would fall off in real life. So it's well done, but I don't care about it. And then we do get a fist hand for either side and a grapply hand for either side. So definitely not the most accessories, but it's enough. For Hulk, I'm happy. We do get the fist hands that he should have. Like, I'm pretty sure if I'm not going crazy, the SDCC one didn't have 2 fist hands. Who had that idea? It's Hulk. Should he be able to punch or smash? Nah. Let's just follow Avengers Endgame and make him worthless. Okay, we're not getting into that. On to the articulation. It's going to be kind of quick because we already talked about it on the other one. They still didn't do a great job with that double ball peg, but it works well enough. He can look up, he can look down, he can rotate side to side, and a little bit of attitude. It'll be enough. Shoulder. Doesn't go horizontal. That's a bummer. Does rotate all the way around. That's nice. Bicep swivel is still a pain in the ass to use because of the fact that this connects to here. This is technically a floating bicep, but it does work well enough. You get a 90-degree bend out of the elbow. It'll do. It's still ugly here, and we still have an ugly wrist situation because the hands don't fill the cavity. It's just a big gap. The hands should be a little bit bigger. They are definitely small for Hulk. Hulk should have slightly bigger hands. There's room for him. I suspect they shrunk the hands at some point and not the cavity in the arm. So that's a little bit weird, but we do get a swivel and a hinge. We get a butterfly joint, which only goes backwards and is still stupid. It's so minimally useful going only backwards. Yes, it is useful, don't get me wrong, and yes, it does work that way, but it could be done. We've seen it done where the butterfly joint goes forward as well, and it still looks good. They just didn't do it. So that's definitely a bummer. We do have a diaphragm joint on this guy, and it's minimally useful. It leans a little bit side to side, goes back pretty well, goes forward pretty well. That's definitely the selling point there. Side to side is minimal for sure. Rotation, minimal for sure. Use the waist twist. Uh-oh. There we go. Use the waist twist for that. Yeah, I think that's reasonably good for Hulk. I definitely would prefer a better diaphragm joint on him. We've definitely seen that happen on Hulk figures in the past. For the hips, almost full splits. Very nicely done. He's still kind of gummy. Most Hasbro Marvel Legends are these days. Also, I didn't need to stipulate they are all Hasbro Marvel Legends. Can't bring the legs forward for crap. They go out to the side, they don't go very far forward. That sucks. It's very hard to pose this guy in a dynamic pose when you can't bring his legs forward. That's just garbage. You do get a thigh swivel. You do get a double jointed knee. There is no shin swivel. The ankles do go back reasonably far and forward, not very far at all, and you get a solid ankle rocker. So yeah, it's still not like the best figure ever. Might be the best Hulk figure, I don't know. There's too much that's up for debate. As far as that goes, too many subjective things for me to make that claim. It's probably my favorite out of all of them, despite all of its flaws, but again, that's a completely subjective thing. You can let me know if it's your favorite, but as far as articulation goes, I'm only going to give it a 7. That's probably being generous. So yeah, objectively, it's a solid figure for sure. Best, I can't say, objectively. Subjectively, definitely my favorite. I quite enjoy this figure a lot. I don't want to say I love it, because I don't like a few things about it, kind of a lot. But overall, it's definitely my favorite. It's my go-to Hulk figure at this point. So for sure my favorite. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Final rating, objectively, 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. The butterfly joint is just janky. The hips not being able to move, it makes it hard to pose this guy. Slightly small hand. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely room for improvement. You could make an argument for 8 for sure. I'm comfortable leaving it at 7 just due to the fact that we have these issues that make it difficult to enjoy this guy. Not being able to bring the legs forward just really kills it. Like, he can't pose. Yeah, so that's a 7. I'm giving it a 7. You guys can let me know what you think, though. I personally love it, though, and I'm very happy to have it. But there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Time for Wolverine. Oh, man. I actually was looking forward to this one more than it seemed most people were. Nobody wanted first appearance Wolverine, apparently. They're like, I don't like the cat face. I don't like first appearance Wolverine. It looks stupid. And I could definitely see that argument, but if it's done right, it looks cool enough. Here's the thing. It takes a very special touch to make it look right, and they don't have it. They just made it look bad. But we'll get to that in just a second. As far as height goes, he stands about 5 3/4 inches, which makes him roughly 15 centimeters. And if you want to know what a good Wolverine figure looks like, well, it's mostly the same figure, surprisingly enough. There it is. Don't pay any attention to the head, that's my custom one. But even if it was the irregular one, it still would look better. So here's the thing that irks me a little bit. I personally like the more macaroni goldenrod color of that one. But if you wanted to go like 90s cartoon Jim Lee Wolverine, this yellow is more accurate, the lemon yellow. So if you wanted to, there may be some way to swap around. I'm trying to think. I guess you could leave the light blue. We'll get to the light blue being weird here. So you have to change out the shoulder pads, but then they need to be repainted. His skin's kind of pink. Yeah, I'm hoping we just get like the new one in the 3-pack is some kind of mix of these two figures. That'd be great. That would be really great. But anyway, okay, that's enough of that. So back to this figure. It's, yeah, it's definitely kind of ugly. So the yellow is definitely the more lemony yellow. The legs don't match the hips very well. I don't know how well that shows up on camera, but these are different color for sure. And then the skin tone is very pink. He's a very pink guy. Very pink. This is the skin tone you probably want. See the difference? Doesn't show up on camera that well, I guess. It's not like... No, he looks like a ginger. I guess that's what I should say. He looks a little bit like a ginger, so that's a problem. Now here's the bigger problem. What is that? That's appalling. It's gross looking. Every time they try to sculpt somebody making a face, it looks like they're taking a shit. It's so bad. The mouth is sculpted poorly. His chin is gigantic. Holy shit. It's Jay Leno in a Wolverine costume. His eyes are really wide. One eye is Bernie Mackin off to the side. Like, what's going on right there? What's over here on the right side that you're looking at while still facing forward? It's just janky as all hell. His face is rough. Really rough. Other aesthetic issues include a big gap in the leg. I can't get that to go away. I'm hoping they didn't screw the mold up somehow. I mean, not that it would have been Hasbro's fault directly, but I'm hoping that's not an issue everyone else had. And then these little what the hell shoulder pads are like, yeah, it worked for the big ones, and I know that he's supposed to have little ones, but accommodate for it. Like, they don't fit. They just look crappy. Ugh. Ew. Yeah, this figure's gross looking overall. I was like, when people started saying how bad it was, it's probably not that bad. They just don't like the cat face. No, it's pretty rough. And then the blue on this guy, he's supposed to be light blue. This blue has a lot of yellow in it. It's got a very turquoisey color, and it's wrong. So, yeah, all in all, this figure is a big old flop. So, aesthetically speaking, 5 out of 10. As far as accessories go, we just have the fists with the claws on them, which are removable, but they're still crappy. And then we get 2 regular fist hands. What? Why? These are the removable claws. Give us better claws, or don't give us hands that have the claws already removed. What's the point of both? Hasbro, make decisions that make sense at least, please, for your own sake. So accessory-wise on this guy, 3 out of 10. What a dumb thing. Here's hands with removable claws. What's this accessory? Hands without the claws. Oh. Ha! Okay, I see what you did there. You're playing a joke. Stupid ass Hasbro. Okay, on to the articulation. Neck leans back, head leans forward. Works pretty well, doesn't sit too high. Full rotation, that's pretty good. No real attitude there. Butterfly joint is still really nice on this guy. It's a little stiffer than it should be, but not gonna say it. It's okay. Shoulders still... Nope, shoulders don't work. Was that an issue before? I guess it was. Well, that sucks. So yeah, the shoulders don't come up apparently. Okay, well, what do you know? That blows. They do rotate, and we still have this little swivel. Bicep swivel is fine, and this is a much better sculpt than the other arms, by the way, even with the hair permanently on there. Such a good sculpt. Alright, double jointed elbow is still iffy, only about 90 degrees. Wrist, swivel, and hinge, that's fine. Ab crunch is acceptable. We've seen this body before, guys. Belt is floaty, waist twist is waist twisty, hips go out to the side only about 45 degrees. They do go forward nicely, they do go back a little bit. Thigh swivel is fine. Double jointed knee is fine, boot swivel is fine, ankles go all the way back, ankles go pretty far forward, and you get a solid ankle rocker. So articulation is not that bad, shoulders could be better, but I'll give it an 8 for articulation. It's still pretty good, but that does not make up for the rest of the figure, so I'm gonna give this guy only a 5 to 6 out of 10. And then as a 2-pack, one more rating, because ratings are what people want apparently. Hulk makes up for Wolverine a lot, but Wolverine does drag ass in this 2-pack, so I'm gonna give this 2-pack only a 7 out of 10 because Wolverine's a little bit of a garbage figure, and Hulk is pretty darn good. So there you go, now you have my verdict. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and we'll talk about it down there as well. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you did not enjoy this video, well, go watch someone else's videos then, because you apparently, why are you watching videos you don't like? It doesn't make sense. You made it to the end though, so thanks. Give the video a thumbs up anyway, I guess. Maybe subscribe. I have new videos up just about every single day, and thousands are already on the channel, so make sure you come back for that, even if you don't like them, because maybe you'll change your mind. And in the meantime, keep collecting.